I'm against makeup. I don't think it's good for women, and I don't think they really need to be using it, honestly. I think it takes away.
That's awesome.
Makeup it's capitalizing on women's insecurities when it's something that they can easily fix. I think it takes away from a woman's natural beauty, and also it is so bad for you. Like, you think about how skin absorbs things. When you read the ingredients on a foundation bottle, what is in it? You can't even pronounce it. It's a bunch of crap that you're putting on your face. And that is in turn making your skin worse. So you have to keep buying more foundation to cover up what it's creating.
All you bitches that's waiting for a nigga to pay your rent before you give him some coochie or your number or a conversation, you're a prostitute. None of these niggas out here is about to work a whole job to pay your motherfucking bills, bitch. You trying to maintain a lifestyle that you can't afford.
Katherine Heigl gets a bad rap, but she's awesome.
I have a Katherine Heigl story, or my dad has a Katherine Heigl story. He was a garbage man years ago in Westport when Katherine Heigl's sister lived in Westport. One day he was picking up the sister's garbage and Katherine Heigl came running down the driveway with boxes on boxes and was like, "Here, take these." And he was like, "I can't, that's recycling, that's a whole other thing. We've been having issues, I can't take it, I'm sorry." And so she did the whole, "Do you know who I am?" And he's a 40-year-old middle-aged garbage man from Connecticut. No. I don't know who you are. She was like, "You do not want to get on my bad side. Do not make me call your boss." He was like, "You can call my boss. I can't take the recycling. I'm a freaking garbage man." So then she like freaked out, I guess for 5 minutes was just yelling at him and did end up calling his boss. And his boss was like, "We can't take the recycling. I don't know what to tell you, Katherine Heigl." So I've always had a bad taste in my mouth about Katherine Heigl from that point on. So yeah, Josh Duhamel, I don't believe you. Justice for Larry.
Probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. No amount of security is worth suffering of a mediocre life that is chained to a routine that has killed your dreams. And I stand by that.
You putting on a show. You dead ass right now? Tell her to pack it up. I said we're gonna break. I didn't say we broke up. You stupid or dumb. You stupid or dumb. You stupid or dumb.
As a 37-year-old single man, I have learned one thing. You can cancel on a 35-year-old woman. She's reasonable. She's got things to do. She's happy to stay home. You can also cancel on a 26-year-old woman. She doesn't give a damn. She is totally chill. But if you cancel on a 29-year-old woman whose friends are all getting engaged or getting married, you shall rue the day. You shall rue.
Never trust a woman that will break up her family for personal happiness. She's not loyal to anybody. The only thing she's loyal to is her emotions. If she's willing to put her life on the line and have a child for a man and walk away, or say her vows to God and break those, what you think she gonna do to you, boy? You just a newcomer, man. What you think she gonna do to you? Only thing she's loyal to is how she feels. Well, Dartrey, would you want me to be unhappy? Life is not about happiness. Life is about understanding and moving forward. Happiness is a choice. Happiness comes from a perspective, your state of mind, the way you frame your thinking. Bro, don't trust these women, because if she did it to him, that she had investments into, like a child, if she did it to God, her creator, what the fuck you think she's gonna do to you?
I'm not playing with you. I want my eggs cracked, meaning I want a child. I want my name dropped, meaning I want to be married. I'm not around with you.
Did you know that 25% of women in the United States are getting treated for a mental illness? That means 75% of them are running around untreated.
One thing I will never understand is when a man hits up a woman and hits her with, "When I'ma see you." Do you realize how supercalifragilisticexpialidocious stupid you look? You really think I would go anywhere with your clown ass after hitting me with something like that? How about ask me, "Let's go out to dinner. Can I take you out on a date? What's your number?" If you hit me with some stupid shit, like "When I'ma see you," I swear I will never reply to you ever again.
Would you say whole phases are necessary?
Yes.
Yes.
Very much.
In the same way guys fuck it out, so do girls. Why the fuck is there a difference?
Whole phases are very much necessary to understand what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, you don't discover what you like until freaking Chad or Brad or freaking Justin does it, and you're like, ah, or maybe Tracy, I don't know. But you're like, that's it. Can you? And then you're like, oh, cool. I like that. I didn't know I'd like it, but I did. And you're like, move on. Let me upgrade. And now I know more of what I like. And you like, and the next time you're like, hey, random person, I really like being called a good girl, so you should call me that. And then guess what? It happens and it's better.
So in the context of sex, don't knock it till you try it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Why is no one talking about the single mum pandemic? There are so many.
Hey, I'd love a dialogue around this because I have a theory, and this theory is based on statistics that are coming out around divorce rates. Particularly divorce rates in the UK. It's more sketchy data around the world, but the UK is really clear. It's really clear, as I'll explain in a moment. But it seems to me that a lot of women are very discontent in all relationship formats. And I think that, I don't know, but my theories are it has a lot to do with what young women are told about what to expect out of relationships and what they're entitled to in relationships that's causing a lot of discourse. I don't know what's going to solve that problem, but I think women taking responsibility and being aware of these narratives and maybe trying to find healthier dialogues to have with themselves and others may be an approach, but who am I to say? But I'm really interested in discussing it. The reason I think there is this thing called the discontented woman out there, and they make up quite a significant proportion of statistics, is because we know that 70 to 90% of long-term relationships end in divorce, and they're ended by women. And so that means over the medium term there was discourse and discontentment, and that would have worked its way in towards the finale of the relationship. The populist narrative is that it's men, and you mentioned red flags and things like this. And yes, sure, there are abusive men out there, there's unhealthy relationships, people should get out of those for sure. But for the vast majority that aren't plagued with those challenges, it's really a case of taking a lot of personal responsibility for this discontentment, I think. I don't know. What are your thoughts? The reason is because there's the same-sex marriage data coming out of the UK is showing lesbian couples have exactly the same divorce rate over the same time period, so it's 70 to 80% as well. Which just says that women-led relationships are having a lot of challenges. And I'll make it really clear why it's women, because it's only roughly 15% homosexual males that end over that same period. I mean, that's a huge percentage, right? I mean, if the men weren't happy, they wouldn't be in those relationships. They'd end, right? And there's something going on that means they're getting past the challenges. So I'm really at loss to what it is this driving this discontented female persona in relationships. She's ending relationships and going and being a single mother because I guess that sounds better and her friends are doing. I don't know, but I'm really curious to see what other people think, because the statistics are really pointing to a very large percentage of discontented women out there.